Hi, my name is Latiste. Hope that you're doing amazing, phenomenal, radiant, abundant, well, magnificent, all of the wonderful, amazing things. Because it is a little loud, I do have the window open because Ruby's right there and I'm right next to the window. So that's the disclaimer. When I do readings on here, as well as the podcast that you can check out down below, as well as book that you can book me down below. With that being said, done, and set up, let's get into this reading. This is definitely for somebody in specific. Um, very, very specific. And obviously, it's going to be like for specific peoples, should I say, but the people that get it will get it. The people that needs to get it will get it. Okay? And those that will try to force it will be confused. But yeah, there's like a specific, I'm hearing a specific terminology as well. Mm, a lot, which is hilarious because I couldn't say specific for a long time, so that can also be significant, but it's like something, it's a specific moment, a specific time. It's almost like the planets are aligning, hilarious, but it is literally like everything is just gonna. It's like that that movie with Lindsay Lohan. I think it's called Just My Luck or something, where she's just lucky. Everything is lucky. And then she wants to transfer into somebody with bad luck or things. But it's like it's gonna be that energy of Lindsay Lohan, where she had to just like everything was working out. Everything was working out. Like nothing could ever go wrong. And when it seemed like something would go wrong, that actually led to it being even bigger and better. And I feel like it's something very specific, not just for specific people I shape, but specific moments in time and things of that. Um, shade. Yeah, yeah. Are we taking it in our spirit? Yeah. Okay. A lot of purple and a lot of red. Those are all within the same. I mean, you need red to make purple, should I say? So pink can be significant, red can be significant, purple can be significant. But you have death and divine feminine coming in here. It is an end, like I said to you. It's almost like that moment where they swapped at the end of the movie, where like they both like kissed each other, and it was confusing because it was like, okay, who has the good or bad luck now? Like who has the good or bad luck now? But it's kind of feeling like Spirit is saying it was never luck. It was always blessings. It was always divine timing. It was always your destiny. It was always your purpose. There was no good or bad luck that could be exchanged. There were no curses that could be put on you. There was no of this extra energy. There was no giving back. It was just a death of an old to open up the abundance of the divine feminine, of allowing things to just go with the flow and align in that nature, in that sometimes I'm seeing like when there's like rocks built up in a certain way, a dam, I guess we'll use, it stops the water, right? But when it's done naturally, like a beaver building a dam, it builds it with the water. Sometimes it can flood it depending on where the beaver is building it, but it typically tries to go with the current of the water. To not let the water in, but to also not stop the flow of the water, because then that causes bacteria, that causes disease, that causes lack of food. And this is where it's supposed to be living. You're in a lot of this energy where you're being more intentionally decisive with yourself to allow yourself to make these decisions, to lead and go to these choices. And that's why it feels so specific. That's why it feels so divinely aligned, and like everything is lining up, everything is working out. Is because you are allowing yourself to build the dam within the water. Okay, which is crazy enough because you have stormy and spiritual cleansing. So where people may see like, how are you able to survive, how are you able to deal with that, how are you able to um, last along, and all these things, like, because you're a beaver right now, where they see you possibly rushing water, you see teamwork, you see a bridge, you see a living room over there, and this, and you know what I'm saying. So it's this energy that allows that to. Beavers can also be significant. They're earth aquatic creatures, because they kind of live near water, around water, or they can, float in water. All those good things. They're earth. They're not born from the water. I don't think. I think they have eggs. I don't think they're mammals. Look, we're not gonna. That could be significant. You could be studying animals. I'm here in zoology. Um, So with the spiritual cleansing and storming, what people would see as a storm, see as something that will knock them off the rocker, something that they wouldn't be able to. I don't know how you got through it, right? It was like I was building the strongest foundation ever during those periods of time. I was laughing the loudest. I was speaking the loudest. I was allowing my aura to present itself the loudest. Like in those moments while I was going through the storm, I knew it was just a spiritual cleansing. I knew it was rerouting me. I knew that what was going away, that death energy, was for the best, for the better. I knew all those things. And so you have been possibly in some chaotic energy. Your environment has been shifting. It feels like possibly things have been falling apart, but it has really been falling together. So that way you can have this divine alignment. So that way you can step into this divine femininity of still having this auric energy where people respect you, love you, know you, but leads with more compassion, leads with more grace, leads with more intuitional flow, right? So you are not joking with yourself anymore or allowing and allowing that to work out for you. Um, yep, they came from over there and she came from over here. Like, what the fuck? How that work? Anyhow, anywho, anyway. That's not my business. But it is causing for a spiritual cleansing within that. So you could have been going through, like I said, some losses, some shifts, but you were building the strongest foundation ever possible because you have growth. Now it kind of is this kind of pinkish, purplish color, hilariously, because the other two cards are red, the other two cards were definitely purple. This is kind of like a pinkish purplish. It's almost like the in between. So in between this death, this rebirth, this change, you have been growing. What people see as a spiral is actually you just ascending. What people see as a storm, you see as really good nourishment for the ground. You see as purification. You see as rejuvenation. Um, Thank you, Spirit. I love being able to use it. You resorbed. Resorb is being able to reabsorb essentially. So absorb was taking something in the first time. This time you reabsorb, right? So you have taken in the information properly this time. You have allowed it to really sit inside of you this time. And I'm hearing you could have went through cycles over and over again, possibly, or you're coming out of a cycle or things of that sort. And that's why it's like you are able to reabsorb some good energy here that allows for blessings. That's hilarious because what did I say? Divine masculine is on the back. Like I said, it's no more like at the end of the movie it was kind of back and forth, like who has the good luck, who doesn't have the good luck. It's just the luck is here, the energy is here. You have a balance of those things. Take the top part. We got jealousy. Yeah. That's why they're so that's why they're so confused, because that's right, jealousy is right on top of spiritual cleansing. And that's the only card that has another card I shake on top of it. Oh, good. And so with the spiritual cleansing and jealousy, that's why they were like, why is it how did you come out of this? How are you surviving this? How are you still so loving? How are you still so optimistic? How are you still putting yourself out there? How are you all these questions, because the jealousy of you being able to survive these moments, to be able to thrive in these moments. Let's talk about it. To be able to thrive in these moments and these energies, because you recognizing it's not fucking me up. I'm on a ship. I'm protected. Now, literacy protection is on the bottom of the deck. I'm protected. No matter which way it goes, I'm protected. I'm guided. I am loved. So you may have seen me in some masculine energy, but it was divine masculine. I knew what moments to, like I said, like the beaver. I knew where to put that log and where to put that log to make a structure that is sound, that is strong, that still allows a flow of energy, good feng shui to clean it out. Now I'm seeing Narnia with the beavers. You remember? Oh my god, it was a beaver. Um, but it's this energy where you have to allow yourself grace within determination, rest within movement, and you have it down packed well. And so in this jealous energy, in this envy energy, whatever it is, they felt like they had something over you, and that no. So this storm, baby, baby, baby. I'm seeing I think who was it, Britman Rock, and he was talking about how he was like his trees kept falling over during the storm. And he was like, I kept going out there to pick it up, and he was like, I'm just gonna wait till the storm calms down or that it was going with the flow. It's like I know I'm gonna have to do some labor, that masculine energy. I know it, but me going out there is a waste of that masculine energy because right now the divine flow is speaking. She's roaring. So let me wait. Let me kind of wait. Let me see how it plays out versus continuously possibly damaging it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm seeing that where you're like, okay, now when the storm was over, he was able to get all the dead leaves. Hilariously, death came out. Get all the dead leaves that was kind of sprayed out, put it up, restructure it, and even before the storm had started, kind of like this beaver energy or things of that sort. He, put in those little things in the ground with the rubber bands or yarn or whatever. You know, I don't do landscaping like that. But it allows a lot of the main majority of the boat, the main majority of the foundation, the trees to stand strong and not be knocked over. But the ones that were kind of getting pushed and knocked over already had roots in the ground. That's when he was like, I'm not gonna go out there again. Like I'm just gonna pick up like where these two add in some soil and like where I'm not gonna go out there. So that is also where you have that growth and protection is because you knew when to do things and when not to do things. You knew when to speak up and not speak up. Like you have this balance of when to tap into each because you have both inside of you. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's shit. I live in 40. I live in 40. Live in 40. See what else you got from the spirit in regards to them coming out of the storm, coming into the calm waters, coming into the cool breeze, coming into their dam being built. What is going to be the results of that? Ashe. Mm. Oh, baby. Yes, honey. Ashe. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. You got the Empress coming in here. No, I'm sorry. The Hierophant coming in here, as well as with the solar plexus energy, right? You know, like I said, you have this innate knowing, this way of innate being. You trust in your intuition. Her not only are her eyes closed, but this is a mirror. She's scrying. So scrying can be significant, doing divination, channel messages, dream interpretations that you were able to do, journaling, um, seeing a lot of signs synchronicity, but you're trusting it. And solar plexus is action. It's recognizing where your creativity, where your strength, where your foundation lies, and putting that into work. Allowing that vitality, allowing that passion, allowing that drive and that purpose to really synchronize your life in a way that feels balanced. Oh, look at that little doggy. So when you take in and you like, I'm trusting my intuition. I don't give a fuck. A fuck is not to be given. Except for the fucks that need to be given. It allows you to recognize I don't have control and I do have control. And I'm knowing where to put that structure, control, figuring out all this thing, energy, and where to not. Ashe. So you are really stepping into this here. You are stepping into your intuition, leading you to so many things that can take you further. People are after today. I forgot to say Friday. Yeah, we got these Six of Cups coming in here. Memories of love. That's right on top of the jealousy. You are recognizing. I'm hearing even when I was jealous of myself and who I could be, because now it's on top of the jealousy and the divine feminine. Thank you, Spirit. Whereas like I was jealous of myself and who I used to be or who I wanted to be or things of that sort. A little bit of like a longing energy for who you know you can embody, and that's also where you got the solar plexus. And the solar plexus and intuition, I forgot to mention, is on top of stormy. That strengthen your intuition, that strengthen your trust in yourself, that strengthen your motivational purpose to actually move. So when you hear what's going on with that? We'll figure that out. But when you see and feel these energy, the Six of Cups, the memories of love, this nostalgia energy, this looking back on the past energy, it's this realization. In some moments, I was jealous of the way that I handled things with such love and compassion and grace. And at the moment, I possibly feel like I was stupid or dumb. But no, it led me to a softness that I would need when I needed to take care of myself. during these storms, during the losses, during the heartbreak, during the disappointments, during the setbacks, during the delays, during the disruptions. Yeah, 13th, death, transformation. The death card coming out twice for you, my guy. Come on now. Twice for you, my guy. Nine of Pentacles, harvest, material harvest. Twice for you, my guy. It said, yeah, we had to transform with the way that you were moving things, shifting things, how it operated, how it worked. And also, oh, thank you, Spirit. Ah, shit. Because even in Narnia, they were essentially around the river, on the ocean, the dam was. And a lot of rivers built it that way, so that way when it freezes over, they're still able to live there. They're still able to get that food. They're still able to bring in fresh water to drink, all these things. I think they also hibernate as well. But it allows it in a flow where they're not disturbed, and they can't be. So this transformation that you went through allows you to get your wings to see what used to disturb. Is like, no, 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 no. Even in winter months, you're still able to reap harvest. In months where the ground should be solid, frozen, you're still able to experience that nourishment. And that's why everything is really just going to start clicking into place, really aligning for you. And I'm hearing somebody say, about goddamn time. Yes, about goddamn time. And divine timing will be exact. What else you got for them, Spirit, before we close it out? Yeah, accelerate. What did I say? It's happening quickly. Accelerated emotion is 8 of Wands. It's coming around top of the growth and protection. It is coming in rapid. Look at that. That's a shooting star. That is a shooting star. She's looking up and she's just along her travels, just along her life. And she looks up and is like, damn. And that's why it's going to feel like things are just happening back to back to back, back to back to back, consistently. And it's going to be like, damn, yes. And I always like to think of it a way, sometimes we can kind of get in like self-sabotage mode or worry mode or scarcity mode or six of cups mode, like how long is this going to last? Well, the last time, remember last time. If you were able to get a storm, disruption, chaos, bullshit back to back to back, why can't you get your blessings? Why can't you get your rewards? Why can't you get your recognition? Why can't you get your love? If that can feel like it's consistently in your life, why can't that be consistently in your life? And I always like to say, don't self-sabotage because you don't feel prepared. You weren't prepared for any of the bullshit. You weren't prepared for the loss. You weren't prepared for the restrictions. You weren't prepared for any of that, but it happened. And you transformed yourself. You tapped into that intuition. You tapped into that depth. So allow yourself to be like, I'm ready for blessings. I'm ready for love. I'm ready for a change. Because sometimes that blessing can feel like, oh my God, it's a lot of weight, it's a lot of pressure, but is it going to be good pressure? Yeah, we got the Empress coming out too. We got the Empress coming out too with the 3 of Cups celebration. Trust that you birthed this. Trust that you created this celebration, this rejoice, this abundance. It says rejoice in celebration. Recognize what you are able to tap into, what you have tapped into. What you have put out there, what you have invested in yourself and allowed in. Because like I said with the tree, it was fertile ground. Some of the trees that he was just like, you know what, no, I already prepared. The other trees that were a little small, that, really wouldn't be able to extend in. And they didn't have roots versus the other. It's like you have roots in the ground and the roots that are growing. It's time to celebrate. Oh my, I ain't even fucking peep, yo. Look at that. 2, 3, 3, 3. 3, 3, 3. Divine alignment of your mind, body, and soul. Not neglecting one for the other. Truly tapping in and seeing that it all interplays and connects with each other. Ashe, you are trusting your intuition. 3, 3, 3, baby. Come on, spiritual collaboration. Let's get some final cards here to close it out. That felt good. You have been patient. You have been quite patient. You got the hangman coming in here with no, is that patience? No, temperance. Sorry. You got the temperance coming here, excuse me. And you got the 9 of Wands coming in here, spiritual strength. You have been a lot, and look at that. What the fuck do they have in their hand? What the fuck do they have in their hand? You tell me. It's a fucking seed. And what does 333 make? 36 what? Not mafia, bitch. I'm really fucking funny. Anyhow, anyway. But you have a spiritual strength about you, and that's why you also you are your alter ego now. For some of you were feeling jealousy within, some of you was evil eye from others, but you are feeling your alter ego self now, right now. You are able to see this, and this is what people are seeing. Your strength, oh my God, and that's why I was watching this video of these girls dancing out in the rain in the field, and somebody had edited in like an old Mayan god. And at first, when I seen it, I wasn't prepared. I was also a little high. I'm not gonna lie. When I see it, I was like, "Hey, the girls dancing." And then I seen something moving. And at first, I thought it was a tree. I'm like, that tree kind of moving. And look, that tree got a body. I said, that look like a human. And it was like a big Mayan god, and it was, I don't know, and then it was kind of dancing with them afterwards. And I said, "Oh my God, that shit scared the fuck out of me." And I was like, I was prepared for that. But that's who you guys are when you're just walking, when you're just, and they were just dancing with each other, walking, to the music, and it's almost like a God presence and energy was called, because that's who you've been working with. That's who you are. That's who you've been embodying. And so with this temperance energy, like I said, it's this balance. Temperance is all about balance, taking what you have and making more, understanding that you are a balance of all things lost and all things to come, everything. So take in this Empress energy, this High Priestess energy, this divine feminine energy of receiving. And the only masculine energy you need to be in is the physical world. That material harvest and transformation is right on top of the divine masculine. It's time to receive. Ashe. That's your reading. I love you guys. Love yourself so much more. Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you're feeling the energy and the vibe, so we can thrive. Ashe and I survive. Any way, we getting it in there. I love you. Until next time.